Hey everybody, how's everybody? It's me, Crazyfrankie, and I'd like to welcome you to my Week 18 Special Edition video. I know this video is very extremely late, and it'll probably get posted up before the kickoff games on Saturday. The reason why it took a long time for me to do this video, obviously given the current circumstances that what has happened in the NFL as of late. I'm sure all of you who saw the Monday night game, obviously a lot of us are shocked and basically was scared for Damar Hamlin. And of course, I was watching the game. We were all anticipating a great football game with the Bills and Bengals. Obviously, a lot on the line in terms of seeding. But then of course, everything just turned to the matter of hoping that Damar would be okay, and hopeful. And obviously, it wasn't just a typical injury and all that. Everybody know, all of you know already. I mean, he had cardiac arrest. They basically had to perform CPR on him, and you guys already know the whole story, what happened. So it was kind of difficult for me to kind of do this video because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this or not, because obviously what was more important than anything else was Damar Hamlin's health. And that's why it took me a while to, and I had a lot of thoughts. My first decision, my first thought was I probably was going to skip this video altogether, just go straight to the playoffs, because given the fact that, a human life matters more than anything right now, especially given the fact that what Hamlin has gone through. And obviously I've been reading every day, we're wondering if there's any improvement on him, and hoping that he starts to do a lot more things on his own. And then obviously because he had a breathing tube. And obviously, as of the time of this video, praise the Lord, praise God that Hamlin has improved a lot. He's got a long road to recovery, and I'm obviously, as football fans, we got to keep praying for him. Hopefully that he will have a full 100% recovery. And obviously this does bring a lot of question marks going into the scenarios. And the thing about my special edition video I've done over the years, it is my longest video because we go over the scenarios and all of that. But I think I will cut that pretty short, because the problem is that given the current scenarios and what the NFL has agreed to as at the time of this video, obviously there's a chance of an AFC Championship neutral site. There's talks of neutral site games, and also the fact that seedings could get pretty messy. And obviously what the NFL owners agreed to in terms of the neutral site conference championship game, obviously the team that's upset the most is obviously the Cincinnati Bengals, and for good reason, because part of that agreement is because they've already clinched the AFC North division by default. But the problem is, based on what they're going to rule upon, and going into the game against the Ravens in Week 18, obviously it matters. It's going to kind of be a hard line, because they are the division winners, but they might not get a home game in a wild card round, because obviously they cannot win. They cannot get the number one seed. That's part the way it's looking right now, based because they canceled, because of the Bills-Bengals game has been canceled. So I will try to keep this as short as possible, and we'll kind of go over we'll kind of quickly go over the seedings here, and then I will make my predictions. It's too complicated to go over what the scenarios is of if we'll have a neutral site game. It's already been posted up on NFL.com, and it's complicated. I'm not going to go over it because the NFL really has created a mess here, and I agree with the Bengals organization. It really should have been based on win percentage. I absolutely agree with them, but unfortunately, the NFL owners agreed to this. There really is nothing the Bengals or any NFL team can do about it, and it just sucks. Anyways, talking about the special edition video, let's quickly go over the 1 through 7 seeds in both conferences right now. In the AFC currently at the moment right now, the Chiefs currently hold the number 1 seed because of their current record. The Bills are the 2nd seed. The Bengals are the 3rd seed. The Jaguars currently are the 4th seed. The Chargers are the 5th seed. The Ravens are the 6th seed. And the Patriots are the 7th seed at the moment. Now, teams that are still in the hunt in the AFC right now currently are only 2 teams for that last wild card spot. The Patriots are the only team that hasn't clinched, and they're in a win and in scenario. Now, The Dolphins and the Steelers are in the hunt. They're the only two teams in the AFC that are in the hunt. Obviously, but what about the Tennessee Titans? The Tennessee Titans can only win the AFC South division, and obviously the Jaguars and the Titans will be battling it out I think it's Saturday. Obviously, the winner of that game is going to win the AFC South division. Now, going over to the NFC quickly, I'm kind of looking forward this way because I have my laptop with me, and I apologize in the back is because I have my cat back there, and sorry if he gets into the video. If you kind of laugh at that, that's great. Whatever. Going into the NFC, the Eagles currently are currently holding the number 1 seed. The 49ers are currently the 2nd seed. The Vikings are the 3rd seed. The Buccaneers are the 4th seed. The Cowboys are the 5th seed. The Giants are the 6th seed, and the Seattle Seahawks, by miracle, are currently hanging on that last playoff spot at the 7th seed. Now, there's only 2 teams right now in the NFC that are still in the hunt, and that is the Lions and the Packers. Now, based on what will happen, that is the only 2 teams that are still left in contention for that last playoff spot in the NFC. All right. I'm going to quickly go over now my predictions. They're going to be based now on predictions and what I think is going to happen in week number 18. And I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible, obviously, because given the current circumstance of what happened, and I had to really wait for the NFL news to see how the playoffs is going to factor in how week 18 is going to play out. So let's go over to my predictions. I'll try to get through this quickly as possible here. I'm gonna quickly give this out right now too, and what I think one of my predictions. Let's start with prediction number 1. Prediction number 1: the Chiefs definitely get the number 1 seed, and obviously they're going to get that number 1 bye. They're playing the Raiders this weekend, and given the fact that I don't really give the Raiders any chance at all against the Chiefs. The Chiefs want that home field. Obviously, they were trying to fight for that home field advantage, but it's sad to say that the Chiefs will get the number 1 seed and obviously the bye. But the problem is, though, the neutral site does come into play. So I don't think playoff seedings are going to change all that much in the AFC, probably towards that last playoff spot. All right, sorry about that. I had to cut the video a little bit here. Obviously, something happened on my computer, so I'm going to continue here. Let me rephrase my prediction on my last prediction. I believe that the Patriots and Dolphins both lose. And who gets in? The Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that the Steelers are going to get in. The Bills have a lot to play for pride, and obviously they're playing for Damar Hamlin. And I know they've already clinched the division, they've already clinched the playoff berth, and there isn't much that they need to get. But I think this is a case where they want to win. They want to win for Damar Hamlin. They're going to beat the Patriots, and I think the Dolphins are going to lose to the Jets. The Dolphins have a huge quarterback problem. Their defense has really struggled. I mean, they've been on an enormous losing streak, and I can see the Dolphins losing to the Jets. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I think they'll win their game. They'll win their game, and I think they will get in. So, prediction 2: the Steelers will get the last playoff spot. All right. Next prediction. Prediction number 3: the Philadelphia Eagles will get the number 1 seed. The Giants are resting their starters. They're currently locked in as the 6th seed, so there really is much they can do. They're obviously going to rest their starters. There's no question that the Eagles should beat the Eagles, even though they probably won't. I don't know if Jalen Hurts will play. Obviously, there's still a lot of question marks that in terms of his shoulder, and obviously Minshew. Look, the Giants are going to rest their starters. They're obviously going to play the majority of their backups and reserves. So there shouldn't be any excuse for the Eagles not to win this game. I think that the Eagles will get the number 1 seed, but it'll be a close game. But I think the Eagles will clinch that number 1 seed, and they get that bye week. So yeah, I can see that happening. And what that does, giving the Eagles the 1 seed, the Cowboys will be stuck at the 5 seed. They're definitely going to play the Buccaneers in the wild card round, and I'm sure a lot of Cowboys fans are not going to be happy about that, because given how I've always said that Tom Brady is dangerous in the postseason. Yep, that's my prediction number 3 there. Eagles win, get the number 1 seed in the first round bye. Cowboys stay at the 5 seed. They can't go any higher. Prediction 4. And this involves that last playoff spot in the NFC. There is no question, this should be pretty easy to say that the Packers are going to get that last playoff spot. Packers will get that last playoff spot because they got the Lions, and I know the Lions have been playing spectacular football, but really the game against Carolina a few weeks back really hurt them. It really hurt their playoff chances. If they would have beaten Carolina, and obviously they won last week against the Bears, the Packers would have been eliminated. Packers would have been eliminated for sure, because the Lions would have had a little bit of a better percentage in terms of wins than the better winning percentage than the Packers would have. But now this game matters because of that loss to Carolina, and now the Lions have to deal with Aaron Rodgers one more time in Green Bay in that frigid cold in Lambeau Field. I don't give the Lions any chance. As much as the Lions are playing for pride, and obviously Jared Goff has to do something under the lights. Especially the Lions are horrible at primetime. They moved this game to the Sunday night schedule. So, given how the Lions don't play well on primetime, they are going to get whooped by Green Bay. There's no question that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are going to get their wish. They're going to get that last playoff spot. Seahawks and Lions, they'll be out for sure. Even if the Seahawks beat the Rams, the Packers have a slightly better winning percentage than the Seahawks for some reason, and that's going to be it. Yep, Green Bay is going to get their wish. Unfortunately, if you're a Packer hater, I'm sorry to say it. I'm kind of a little bit of a Packer hater myself, but no, there's no way the Packers are losing to the Lions. There's no way. And that's it. There's only 4 predictions that I can see happening in Week 18. Let me go over it one more time. Prediction 1, the Chiefs get the number 1 seed. Bills, I can see them getting the 2nd seed, and the Bengals can only do no worse than the 3rd seed. Prediction 2, the Steelers get the last playoff spot. Patriots will lose to the Bills. Dolphins will lose to the Jets. Pittsburgh, I'm pretty sure will win their football game. They will get that last playoff spot. That's my 2nd prediction. Prediction 3, Eagles will beat the Giants to get that number 1 seed. Giants are resting their starters. I just don't see it happening. There's no way I could see the Eagles. There should be no excuse for them. They should beat a Giants team that's basically playing reserves and backups. Cowboys will be stuck at the 5 seed. And prediction 4, Packers get the last playoff spot. They will beat Detroit. Seahawks, doesn't matter if they win or lose. Packers have the better percentage. They will get that last playoff spot. So going over my predictions and the way that it's going to work, the final seedings are going to be in the AFC. The Chiefs will be the 1 seed. Bills will stay at the 2nd seed. Bengals will be the 3rd seed. I can see the Jaguars beating the Titans. I think the Jaguars will beat the Titans. Titans don't have a quarterback. In the way the Jaguars are playing, they will clinch the division. I can see the Jaguars being the 4th seed. They will win the AFC South. Chargers are locked into the 5 seed. The Ravens will be the 6th seed no matter what. And the Steelers will get that 7th spot. In the NFC, my final projected seedings, Eagles will stay at the 1 seed. The 49ers will stay at the 2nd seed for sure. Vikings will be the 3rd seed. Buccaneers are the 4th seed. Cowboys will be the 5th. Giants the 6th seed. And the Packers will get the last playoff spot for sure. They will be the 7th seed. Alright, everybody. Sorry that this video is a bit of a downer, and obviously a lot of it was confusing and all that. I tried to make it as clear as I could possibly do it. And that is my final projected seedings for both the AFC and NFC. And I've given you my 4 predictions of what's going to happen. And that's basically it, my friends. Alright, I'll talk to everybody I'll talk to you guys next weekend I'll talk to you guys to get ready for next week as we get prepared for Super Wildcard Weekend. Hopefully, there'll be good playoff games next weekend. The NFL playoffs are finally here. So, everybody, I'll talk to you next week when we talk about Wildcard Weekend. Take care and enjoy this last regular season football weekend.